Death Valley Clemson Memorial Stadium. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Texas Longhorns and the Clemson Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe down on the sideline, and Holly, a little familiarity in this one.
As I caught up with the Longhorns head coach before the game, Coach said his message to the team this week is we have got to play every single game like it's a playoff game. They have done well in the conference so far, and he wants to continue that dominance, but consistency is the key. He keeps telling his team we just have to go 1-0 this week to keep that consistent approach going. Reese?
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. The Longhorns will kick off first, and here we go. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll give it to Johnson. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
Looking downfield, it's Denson. Makes the grab. Breaks into the open. Tripped up for the tackle.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback.
Maybe some room here. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Johnson. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Plenty of options here, run or pass on third down right around midfield. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Big man has it. It's a first down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on fourth down, and they keep the drive alive. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. Dropping back, it's Denson. Almost had the completion, just missed it. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. Looking to the big tight end. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Manning trying to quiet this crowd. Dumps it off in the flats. Crosses to 35. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Manning. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Grabs it inside the 15. All the way! Touchdown, Longhorn!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll bring it out of the end zone. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. This drive will commence from their own 11-yard line. To the air, it's Denson. He's looking deep. Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Throws to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. Bird Orange burning some secondaries, working this guy down the field.
And making those big plays down the field. Texas, when you think about great teams, you think about explosive playmakers, making those big plays.
Caught, and he's got some room headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Longhorns! A great catch and run for 6.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a crease. It's Davidson. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, you're going to be hard to stop.
Motion from the wide receiver. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. The give to the left side. They knock him down right there.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
They've got some work to do on this 3rd and long from the 40. The offense changing the play. To the air, it's Denson. And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot.
Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. They're throwing for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense... the ball back for its own great field position.
It's really early in the game right now, and if it's 4th and short, 4th and medium, maybe I see going for it, certainly. But 4th and long, that's a situation I think you got to punt and just let the game play out. Trust your defense a little bit more.
Running inside, it's Brown. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
Throwing Manning. Oh, they're after him. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was so he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Zings it complete to the right. He gets inside the 40 to the 39, but he is still well short of that 1st down marker. It'll be 4th down.
Well, they weren't throwing to the sticks on that 3rd down. They hit the drag route, and they get a nice gain, but that now sets up 4th down with more yards to go, and it's decision time. I think moving forward on 3rd downs, you got to start thinking about routes down the field.
It's caught downfield. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's Arch to throw. He's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Back to throw, it's Manning. Dumps it to the back. Tosses it incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. He's run out of bounds, but they've got it now 1st and goal.
Well, there's an example of going to your tight end on 3rd down. You don't quite have to throw to the sticks with him because he can make somebody miss and then go do the rest of the work himself. Really nice individual effort that time by the big fella.
And the Longhorns have it with a 1st and goal. Makes a catch. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
And that's exactly why this linebacker has to stay on the field every single down, because he's so good in space. He's good against jet sweeps, he's good against bubble screens, and he can race outside and get receivers down on the ground quicker.
Manning to the air again. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Nice execution by this defense on 2nd and goal. And they're trying to throw the football. They stay tight on them. If I'm this offense, maybe I run some crossers, a little pick route, try to get my guy open.
Manning tries to pick it up on 3rd down. Found a little bit of room and picked up 8 before he was stopped. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. They've already converted once on 4th down on this drive. They are unafraid to make everywhere 4-down territory. Manning to throw for it on 4th. Touchdown, Texas! Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here this Week 11 performance.
And I like the decision to go for it. And I think a lot of people probably thinking this close to the goal line, 4th and goal, are they going to power it in? Nice job. They had this play ready. They go with the pass. Nice throw, nice catch. Huge job and huge execution on 4th down.
Coming out with it, it's Johnson. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. He might want another play. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a 1st down.
Wow, they've been waiting for that play, right? They haven't been throwing it a lot. They've been real sluggish. They've got no points on the scoreboard. And now they come up with an explosive play in the passing game to get them in a position to score some points here.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Couldn't find a ton of room on that return, but that small change, they take over at the 43.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. On the option. Quick toss. Runs through a tackle. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Here's Manning to throw. Pocket breaking down. They've got him. Great pressure by this defense. Timeout taken by Texas. It's their 2nd. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this 1st half. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. The Longhorns will punt it away on 4th down. He can get this one up in the wind. It ought to carry for a while. And that ball will sail into the end zone for a touchback. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Unloads it left. Just a Baryshnikov-like move on the sideline to tap that toe and get the first down. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. The holding penalty will make it 1st and 20. Motion from the back. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Release to the back. Finds his man. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll line up for a second down play. They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Longhorns stop the clock for the final time, calling their 3rd timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their... Maybe a crease. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We start with Tulsa taking on the Florida Atlantic Owls. And it's the Golden Hurricane coming away with a blowout victory in what looks like a major upset. Expect major changes in the polls this week. This ball club now stands at 6 wins. They've ensured themselves at the very least of a 500 regular season. Here now some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And he had no option on that one. Defense ready for anything, and they stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
To throw, Manning. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. And the Longhorns, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. Finds the tight end. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4. Just a quick rhythm throw there, and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
Dropping back, it's Manning. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Longhorns getting set on 1st and 10. Hart's going to spin it again. Gets it to him on the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. This dude is lighting it up for the Horns, and some old-school Horn fans starting to think about that 500-yard, 4-touchdown day Vince Young had against Oklahoma State.
Yeah, and bringing back great memories, and there's been some good runs at quarterback. You think about Colt McCoy, too, man. He put up some serious numbers, some serious wins. Can this be the next guy to catapult this offense, to bring Texas back to prominence?
Clemson comes out its offense ready to go on the attack. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Looking for a deep man. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And the defender makes a great read, breaks on the football, and makes the big interception in the back end. And here's the thing, that's number 4 this season, so he's finding the football consistently.
Sends it back in motion. Running into the open space. There he goes. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Longhorn. There's a reason they call this dude a big playmaker. Moments just like that one.
Big-time playmaker. Can make plays all over the field from all different spots. That's why you got to find ways to give him touches as much as possible, because he'll make it happen.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Rides to the back. Could be an alley. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
Using his feet to buy time. And it'll be incomplete.
Bro, X was by his fucking self and he threw it at the line of scrimmage.
And man, this home crowd has grown frustrated with what they've seen from this offense. I mean, they just haven't put drives together. They haven't been explosive. And another incompletion, and the clock is ticking. It's running down. They've got to find a way to create some big plays, to create some momentum, and get these guys.
Makes the grab in their space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Here comes the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
Flips it out on the screen. Breaks into the open. He steps out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Big pickup on the ground, and they're rolling.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
That's the problem when you go empty, right? As a quarterback, you know you might get blitzed, and if you do, you better know where your hot throw is. If you don't, you're getting sacked. That time the linebacker got to him.
They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Unloads to the wideout. Incomplete, and he threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back.
Well, this quarterback has struggled, having already thrown 2 picks. That should have been number 3. Somehow the defender dropped that one. Things not going well for this Q.
Now, wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! How about delivering that touchdown pass when your mowers and your incisors got rattled around about the same time?
He's going to need a minute to go over and clear the cobwebs on the sidelines, but I think after throwing that touchdown pass, that's going to give this QB a ton of confidence moving forward.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. After that score, they'll try to build some momentum here in the 3rd quarter and get it back with an onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back.
And I think this coach felt they needed something, right? You just scored, you created some momentum, you're still losing. Kick the onside kick, got aggressive, gets rewarded. Nice job by the onside kick team.
Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Going deep. They tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the 3rd quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive. They've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
He's not afraid to go deep. Makes a deep grab. Finally, they get him out of bounds. Thought they were going to let him run until he got tired. I don't think he's tired. He's headed to the 4th quarter. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Davidson. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome. We'll see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You're powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. And that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Arch Madness. He's going to let it go. He caught it. Touchdown, Longhorns. Into the end zone with a breakaway score. They tack on another score, and how about the way this team has responded to a loss and now about to move to 9-1.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but the idea now is to finish strong and just take whatever happens in the rankings next week. Just gets rid of the football, nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the fourth.
Back to pass on second down. Boy, did that one have revolutions on it, but it's incomplete.
And it's going to be hard for this offense, man. They've struggled to pass the football down the field, to make these explosive plays, and now, huge deficit. Got to make them. Got to find a way to push the ball down the field to create some explosive plays if you want a chance to get back in this football game.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw...
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On fourth down, going to the air. Throws to the wideout. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. The Longhorns head out, hoping to move the ball on this possession. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of business here. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up second and 10.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Defense in press coverage. Wide receiver going in motion. On the move. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone.
And it's not sexy and it's not these long plays all the time. But this QB does such a good job of picking up 4 to 5 and making it where you're always ahead of the sticks and just letting you know, we'll run him. We'll take advantage of this guy's speed, and we're going to make you defend him throughout this football game.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. Manning lines up in the gun on third down. Looking for the score. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them.
Well, this offense really felt coming into today that they were going to have to throw the football. For the most part, David, this quarterback has been lights out. That time, though, he lets it get away from him a little bit, and that was a critical INT for the defense and their confidence.
They needed something, man. They've given up a lot of yards, and that's the thing about the defense. Just sometimes it can change in one play. They make the interception, they force the turnover, and hopefully, for their sake, maybe get in the quarterback's head just a little bit. Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game. Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on third and long.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping, getting to the football, making plays. This linebacker really held down this rushing attack that they usually hang their hat on.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Brown. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, and make plays, too.
And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And I'd go back to him again after that first carry, but the defense more ready. They're more alert, dialed into the running back. They're like, listen, we've given up one big play. All eyes on him. Nice job getting the guy on the ground.
The Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Manning from the gun on 3rd down. Immediately fires to the middle. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Hey, man, that's unbelievable. That is a really good job of seeing the blitz right away and getting rid of the football. Like, that is quarterback 101. Understand they're blitzing, they're coming, see it, take advantage of it, get the completion, and move the sticks.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Arch is going to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. His drive will open from the 15. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man to the left. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the 2nd level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now you know it's pass. So don't even worry about the fake. Get your eyes focused and find the big fella to go make a tackle or make a...
Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. Takes it the other way. Powers through.
The #1 objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
And here comes the Texas offense back on the field. With this big cushion they're working with, Jesse, they're ready to send these fans toward the exits.
And you know the coaching staff has got to be...
And they're going to score again, yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Big-time players make big plays in big
Bitch,
games.
you ain't shit.
Like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with a big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able...
Man, my fucking line don't block for nothing, and you making all the fucking plays.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Slips through the line. Oh, what vision. Wide open, and it's a foot race. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. No guts, no glory. Caught it in the end zone. Didn't hesitate for a millisecond to take that thing back, and boy, did it pay off.
And this is why kickoff returns are so exciting. There's so much space between you and the other team flying down the field. The only time you're going to be provided that much space, and you could tell he knew what to do with that space. Kicked on the Jets by Felicia.
And he added the extra point. At At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Well, trailing by as much as they are here in the fourth quarter, no big surprise. They're going to go onside kick, and obviously their opponent was ready for it. They hop on the football, and they're going to ice this game.
So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. You're getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good...
The defense sort of herds this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage, and he'll take the loss.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Sweep, sweep. Return, return.
Manning. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. Goes high to pull it in. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Looking for a man. It's Manning. Shoots it to the left. Snags it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. And while the game is all but decided, why not try to get another one if you can? That's part of the fun, right? Here's a heat. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
And he tacks on the extra point. Here's the return from inside his 10. They stopped the return right there, and that will do it. This one is in the book.